So you're stuck at chess and struggling to improve. You've tried finding advice to boost your rating, but it all repeats the same old tips like solving puzzles. Yes, solving puzzles is very important, but it's not the only thing that will level up your chess skills. Today, I've brought 10 chess tips that helped me break 2000 on chess.com, and I promise that after watching this video, you'll benefit right away and gain ELO, whether you're a chess beginner or a player who's been stuck at a certain rating for a very long time. Learn opening ideas, not moves. Most people advise you to focus your time on middle games rather than openings, since most games end there. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't spend any time on openings at all. Yes, you shouldn't learn 20 lines in the mainline Sicilian, so what I recommend is learning the middle game ideas for the opening you're studying, along with only basic opening principles. Let's take the Ruy Lopez as an example. In the Ruy Lopez, there are many ways your opponent can respond, and moreover, they don't have to reply with e5. Studying all of them will cost you a lot of time and effort. Instead, prepare responses for the most common moves and study the middle game plans for them. So if you're an e4 player, you should prepare against 1, e6, e5, c6, and c5, which are the most common responses. If you're a d4 player, you should prepare against 1, d5, knight f6, f5, and e6. Remember, there are no perfect openings. You should just play the opening that fits your style. Build your tactical pattern. A lot of people tell you to do puzzles blindly, claiming it improves your skill, but you not only find it useless, moreover, you don't even understand why it works. But if I show you this position, you can spot the mate in one immediately. Why? Because you've seen it before, maybe in a puzzle, a chess game, or a GothamChess video, so you've built a tactical pattern for the back rank mate. And that's what puzzles do to your brain. They help you calculate better, using this tactical awareness, but it's not the only way to improve your tactical pattern. There are other effective methods, such as analyzing master games on YouTube. This method does the same as the puzzle, but it is a way more engaging way of doing it. Do not trade whenever you can. I know you, dear viewers, like to trade when you can, but most of you under 1600 don't even know when you should trade or not. I understand it's easier for your brain to calculate with fewer pieces, but let's look at this position. Here, black has just played queen f6. Most people will trade blindly, but if you actually take the queen, they can gain free development and suddenly become the better side. But let's go back to the position before. Instead of trading, you can pose the same question to your opponent with c3, and if they take the queen, you're left with a strong center and a strong likelihood of winning the game. So you might think you should only trade on your opponent's turn, right? It's not that easy. In this position, you cannot let your opponent take your knight on their turn because it will ruin your pawn structure, making this a losing position for you. Instead, you can take their knight, as having the bishop on e4 doesn't improve its strength. There's one more thing we need to cover about trading. If you look at this position, if their knight takes our bishop, it doesn't weaken our pawns and we can recapture with a better knight, so why should we bring the bishop back? This is a very complicated topic, but this simple rule clarifies it. Bishop and knight are not equal. If 2 or more pairs of pawns have been traded, the bishop is better. If not, the knight is better. Let's summarize it up. So you should trade if you're ahead in material, if your opponent is attacking, or if you lack space in chess. You shouldn't trade if you're behind in material. You're trading on your turn, improving your opponent's piece. And unreasonable bishop-knight trades play longer time control. A lot of people play Blitz or Bullet online, which is a time control that is based on hope chess, which means in a position like this, where both of you are on something like 3 seconds, and you play Rook b7 to hope your opponent pre-moved something like Rook b3 check so you can win the Rook and the game. Blitz can be fun, but the problem is that it doesn't actually improve your skill. Playing a time control like Rapid, where you can calculate using your extra time, allows you to make better decisions with more relaxation in longer games. This enhances your overall game quality because you'll no longer face the problem of time pressure, minimizing errors caused by haste and allowing you to play closer to your full potential. Always look for structure changes. Ever lost an endgame with equal pawns? We all have. In chess, even if you're equal in material, it doesn't mean equalization. Bad pawn structures aren't just weaknesses for your opponent to attack, they also restrict your pieces. Think of examples like a doubled pawn, an isolated pawn, or a backward pawn. So how do you fix it? Start by evaluating your pawn structure every 5 turns. Even if it's not great, don't panic. Try to find solutions like trading the pawn or capturing with it. It's better than doing nothing at all.